Ladies and gentlemen, this stream is now in session. Obi-Wan 362, Gamer Law presiding, and with me, of course, is Bubbles.
Hi guys.
Yawning
Yeah.
already. Welcome back to more 999. Remember what you're doing?
Kind of.
I heard no. Look, Gemini, if you would have been at the stream yesterday, then you would have known that we were going to be late. Also, welcome to the courtroom. How you doing?
Dad kind. Libernitz.
Don't you ever say? I know you don't, Gemini. You're fine.
Sheldrake. Owen. Origin of Japanese folklore. Japanese culture. Folklore.
Good. Glad to hear you're doing well.
Agriculture and historical organizations in folklore. Modern Japanese literature. Picture book.
Aha! The picture book. Open it.
It's got a magic wand on it. I see a hammer.
I'm going to say Tales of Old Japan? Yeah, so what's inside? Yeah. SE5?
What's that pink one? SEI5?
I think it's a dash?
Hold on,
Or
let me.
maybe... Am I...
Hold on.
No, I wasn't stopping you. I was trying to... Now you're good, Gemini.
I mean,
people-
it's
people
either
get-
SEI5 or SE-5.
People give us a hard time whenever we start late all the time. So you're good. Yeah. I'm sure we will see some use for that at some point.
Yeah. Oh?
Okay, so we need the light bulbs.
Yeah.
So how did we...
Languages.
What was the thing to get inside this bookshelf?
There's something suspicious about the shelf on the left.
Well, I mean, isn't that the bookcase there in the center?
What?
Over where you just were, because you said no, not that one. The case, because you said right there when you clicked it, so there's something
Source of languages.
special about the shelf on the left, which is that.
Oh.
Uh.
632415.
Uh.
That's a code if I ever saw one.
You don't know. What was the lock?
Oh. 6. Oops. 3. 2.
Did you try clicking on the top? Maybe it would scroll the other way. Yep.
4.
I think it was 145, wasn't it?
1. 4. Mm-hmm.
415. Not bad.
Yep, I had it right. 6,
Well, why didn't you say you thought it was another way?
3, 2,
415.
4, 1, 5.
This one was too easy. They put the code
Yeah.
right through the glass. Like, he didn't try very hard in this room.
No. There you go. He's not particularly happy about being praised for it.
Oop! Light bulb. You can do it. Believe in you. Bar light bulb number 2. Just need one more. Hmm. There's the punchline, yeah.
Like, I know we looked at all these, but I want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, you're good. 'Cause that's the problem. It's like there's so many. It's like, which ones did we already
Mm-hmm.
hit, and are any more of them up here relevant? This one you're just.
Yep, I know.
Oh, it is?
Like, I want to make sure.
Okay, that one was that one.
Open here, find bulb.
Lights to the books. Hmm.
Oh, here we go. Energy theory, development of nanotechnology materials. Energy matter.
Huh? Oh, Clover. Come on, Seven, wake up. Important things are happening.
Oh, okay. I had to get my bearings there.
Yeah, so you just. Okay.
I know, I'm just. Let
I
me
was-
search.
I was. Didn't say anything.
Okay, you made a noise though that sounded. I don't know. Disapproving or something. Astronomy theme. History of Buddhism. Cultural heritage of Rome. Permian creatures. Hmm. Hellenism. Kids picture book. What does it say? Cowboys and Indians. Lilk. History of medieval period. Original history. History of the Western world. Greek mythology. '07.
Outside of girls usually getting perms, I think the last time any guy got one was back in the 70s. I believe that was fairly popular then. What? Did I miss something about perms?
Permian.
Oh.
Permian creatures. Okay, that's Buddhism.
Thank you, Snake. I mean, give her a break. She did think her brother was dead, and now he's not. So.
Principles of monkey behavior. Praxology, studies on monkeys.
Look, Seven, here's a book that's perfect for you. It's called Correlation of Muscle, Bone Density, and Bone Strength. Huh.
You're just saying that because it says muscle. She's not wrong, or he's not wrong. Dissection. Oh, medical books.
Okay. By genre.
I feel like the whole library's been organized by genre, like libraries do.
Says the one with the most muscles in the room. I mean, yes.
Human equilibrium theory. Human anatomy. Regeneration of internal organs.
I'm sorry, what?
Ancient gladiators. Recreation of lost human functions. Oh, recreation, sorry.
Being able to regenerate would be nice. It would be. Gosh, so many things would be better if we could just regenerate pieces.
Oh, a Sixth Sense.
I'm gonna get my controller all gross.
No, I'm not. Don't hand me a paper towel. Another pop-up book.
Didn't you eat enough at dinner?
I just want something to nibble on. What is it? Fundamentals of baseball. Say it's probably a baseball head.
Okay.
Yep, just plain old head. Functions of the human brain. Dissection atlas. Okay, I think this was the beginning, right?
So say no.
Automated robotic assembly line techniques.
I've got. Gosh dang it, Gemini, how dare you? I got a head for this.
Hmm.
How dare you?
Foundations of DNA and genetic engineering. Communication and computer science. An overview of photochemistry.
Huh? What? There's
Whole
thing.
lot of space. Like a light bulb. Like a
Huh.
light bulb.
Wow, that was unexpected.
Yep.
To be honest, it's also a little annoying
Why?
having to go through every bookshelf to find the light bulb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change the bulbs.
Oh. Duh.
What?
Now you get to put the books on them.
Mmm.
'Cause those are book stands. And the
Yep.
pop-ups.
There's a treasure chest. You can get more money.
Fox, thank you so much for the 50 quarter bits.
Thanks, Fox.
How you doing this evening?
Oops, wrong button.
So go ahead.
I'll get there eventually.
Sheldrake 5.
Yep, it's a book. On the bottom, Sheldrake 5. Why can't I? Okay, okay.
Click on the number itself. Like I don't. Go back and read it again? Like maybe it didn't register that you read. Yeah.
Sheldrake 5?
I
Gosh.
think I saw the rest of his collection somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake. Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean. Yeah.
No.
Lotus told me about him.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
To be fair, Gemini, I can't keep track of which
Really?
things do what
From
on the
Lotus,
D-pad
huh?
for this. They're not used often enough.
Yeah, no, I just click until I get what I need.
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
Danger lurks
Behind you,
Girl.
there's a stranger out
to
to
stab
fight.
you.
Oh, why did you become Tom Berry?
Not Tonberry.
You stabbed me.
So? That might be a
Well, why-
Tonberry. Not all stabbers are Tonberries.
Well, Tom Berries are stabbers.
Well, yes. Clearly.
You did. Why? Well, look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything.
Good.
But not here. Let's move to the top floor.
Why?
No.
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well. To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He
'Kay.
didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier.
I had said
So you
Tom
had two
Berry.
cards.
No. Tonberry.
Tunberry.
No, only one.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There
Aha!
was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say there was something I couldn't read.
Part of the rules
That
that he couldn't tell
was-
us.
Mm-hmm.
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator. It's a threat on our lives.
Good.
Oh. Well, what about Clover? Did
Why
she
are
get a
you
message
meh,
from
Fox?
Zero too?
Push him over the railing. Don't push Snake over the railing.
I mean, I don't really care for him, but
He hasn't done anything bad
I
yet.
don't believe she did.
He's a little full of himself, but like,
doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. It looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
That's very true. I've decided...
oh,
to
that
trust
stuff.
you.
I'm sorry, Fox.
I've decided to tell you the truth.
yeah, that's what I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the four-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
Oh, really? You sure about that?
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Yeah.
How much do you know?
Clover told me
Not a
about-
lot.
I see. The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiments had taken place simultaneously at two locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. And
Nevada.
the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she?
Yes.
At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine,
Uh-oh.
is who did this and why, right?
yes,
Can you tell me what happened?
But you seem
Yes.
certain that it's
the people
Santa.
who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals. There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagechika Musashido.
Which one did we determine Ace was?
Hongo was the CEO
Hongo.
of Cradle
Yep.
Pharmaceuticals.
It's easy now.
Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development division. Musashido was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
Okay, we got that
So
before.
it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido.
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To
No.
that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named
Okay.
it the Nonary Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field.
Huh.
Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? experiments with humans produce the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye.
Okay.
And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't
A
bring this
game
up to me.
theory. And we're out.
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it.
Okay.
Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstand. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of
That
the
certainly
resonant
sounds like
events
some
encoded
sciencey
in the
science
field
stuff that some
projected
science
onto
guy
you.
scienced up in a science lab. Agreed.
Yes.
Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen?
He could influence people's actions.
If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, close enough at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Hey, you're close.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first.
Okay.
At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary Project began.
The Nonary Project.
The Nunnery Project! It doesn't flow nearly as well.
By the way,
There,
Junpei,
there.
have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
Which one's Gansfeld?
Yeah, someone told us about
Yeah,
it.
that was an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary Project. The
Interesting.
hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Curse you, Cradle.
Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped.
Rude.
Very.
There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert.
Fox asks, is this the
Oh.
crap our R&D department wastes time on?
Probably. So Clover was in that group. She's a transmitter.
Mm-hmm.
The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far,
What
Hongo had
if
learned the following.
Santa isn't Zero, but is being controlled by Zero through the morphogenetic field?
Zero's a transmitter and Santa's a receiver.
There are two
Boom.
things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you
Danger.
ever been faced with
Lurks
an especially
behind you.
difficult problem
There's
and
a
thought about it
stranger
very
out
long
to
and very
find
hard
you.
until finally an answer suddenly
He
appeared in your
controls
mind?
you. Come on.
I'm sorry, I don't think of it that quick.
Come on.
It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted.
Duck System will never get old.
Adding
It won't.
danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger.
Fox, you seem a little annoyed.
It's true.
He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields. The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo
for
explained
the
the
sinking
situation
ship.
to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown.
Well, that's rude.
But that's how you introduce danger.
Everybody danger.
Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely?
Science?
It was
Yeah.
because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule.
That's
All
actually
of the
true.
equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule.
But not through telepathy.
No,
That
through a
was
radio.
how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the Gigantic in Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage.
I mean, they also radio and crap, so...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Wasn't telepathy, it's just a radio.
It's sad that the only reason I had known about Apollo 13 was because of the movie based on it.
When did Apollo 13 happen?
I don't know, it was a long time ago. Here,
That
keep going.
is the
Yeah.
simplest explanation I can manage.
Hey, Junpei, Snake!
I wouldn't
How
say
much
it's
longer you two
sad
gonna sit around
considering
those
like it's
bony asses?
not
Get down here already!
that
He's
important
right.
anymore.
What's not important?
Apollo 13.
What do you mean it's not important?
Well, like as far as like importance of knowing about it,
It's very important.
happened in the 70s.
Like, if we don't remember these incidents in history, how will we learn from them?
Sure, people should know about them, but like as an individual,
Yeah, you still need to know about them. It may not be for, anything other than knowledge, but knowledge is always good. It makes you appreciate how far we have come in our space journey.
Didn't say it.
Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here, and soon.
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
Hmm?
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes. I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment. After all, you couldn't exactly play a nonary game with any less, could you?
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report
It was
when they
them.
went missing. They were brother
Presumably.
and sister, like Clover and I.
Hmm.
The brother's name was Aoi.
Hmm.
The sister's name was... Her name was
Light?
Akane.
Hmm.
That was the girl who died.
I feel like I've heard that. Oh,
Akane Kurashiki died?
that's June.
That is June. Oh! Oh, the cold chills.
9 years
Oh.
ago? Then, who is June? No.
Ha. Ha.
Hmm.
That took a
It's
twist.
true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything. It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to be.
Junpei,
Is something wrong, Junpei?
don't crack on us
Your
now.
breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, alright? I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
Man, that's good. We're gonna have to finish this and then go back, and this is where we'll have to come back to, and we'll come back and we'll ask the question.
Yeah. A button. A big red button.
So if only we could have just come over here and just ripped everything off.
Oh, hold on.
You were just looking for the save?
Yeah.
Where's Chris or Ashley for this moment? Eh?
Who are they?
I don't know what's happening. I'm sure it's a reference, we're just not getting. Until Dawn. Those people.
Huh.
Like,
Hmm.
Huh.
Top floor.
go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Weird. $13, $14, $10, $13.
What does that mean?
Okay. Okay, so it's actually, can you hit the hidden?
Oh, sorry.
Fine.
I'm sorry. Arabic. 13, 14, 10, 13.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. But but how do we convert 10 into a letter? Because my first
Oh, it's the alphabet letters. 1 is A. 2 is B. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Right? Or L? Sorry, M. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. M.
well
M.
N.
N. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. J.
You're back at M again.
M.
Space bar is enter. Yeah. So go. What are you doing?
I'm nibbling again.
Stop nibbling.
No.
Stop nibbling.
No. It's my body. I'll do what I want, damn it.
You're right. You remember that.
Probably not, I won't.
No, don't. No. Clover, shut up. I want you to tell me. I wanted to come out here and look at the thing without you telling me. Shit, no. Okay, so it does start with 10. That's what got me messed up. Alright. I do have it. It's easy.
Okay. Good.
It's the same thing that we had before where starting with 10, that's A.
Mm. Okay.
So then it's D.
10.
So,
There's
so
13.
yeah.
B, C, D.
D, C, A, D. Is that right? No, I went the wrong way.
Yep.
Oh, that makes more sense.
That's about dead.
You even ask why Bubbles is nibbling herself?
I'm not nibbling myself. I'm nibbling on snacks.
Can you just imagine the work it would take to get bookcases that high up to be hydraulically moved like that? Couldn't even imagine. Like,
I mean, though, like, the bookcases are just
but
the
like
front. Like,
without
they're heavy,
without the
but
books falling. Like,
long bookshelves, like wide bookshelves.
I mean, the problem was I said stop nibbling, and you said it was my body.
Oh. No. I meant, like, I'm gonna get fat from nibbling. But damn it, I'll die happy. Oh my gosh. We did it! We found the way out!
Get it!
All right, this is the next.
Ugh, the door!
Did that just close on its own?
Yeah.
Don't tell me we can't go back.
Nope, snake
I
locks
don't
in
know.
here.
Let's see.
Shit.
Damn it. It looks like
Good.
it locks automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's a card reader next to it. It's got a red light on it, though, so I'm pretty sure it's locked, too.
But there is a card reader, right?
Yeah, so just get it right out, work
Then
right out here.
perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
Well, Yeah, that might work, but
These are habits I've had for
Hey,
years, Fox.
Wait a minute,
We
are
just
you
share
saying
this
we're gonna
habit.
have to search through this room for one little card?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oof.
looks that way.
No way.
For real?
For real?
Well, we can sit down and wait to die if that's what you prefer.
Rude snake.
I'd rather doubt
Look,
that, however.
he's
So
just
it
he's
would
just
be
pointing
wise
out the
to start
options.
looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card. Oh, and the Neptune key as well. We won't be able to get through the hallway without it.
Yep. Yeah, finding one and not the
Alright,
other won't do us any good.
Let's begin.
Like, you'll be a lot of help, Snake.
Don't be rude to him.
It's fine.
It's rude to be rude to blind people.
Jeez.
Study.
Parts of the puzzles we've solved in other rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's the yeah.
Yep. Definitely seen this before.
Study nautical.
Found on drafting table, the faded line on the right edge must be connected to the line on the left edge. Oh, yeah, it just goes across. So looks like Scotland to England to Canada,
Down left.
down
So
left.
southwest, southeast, northeast, east, northeast.
Yep. Cape Horn, Madagascar, Australia, Japan.
Like how he basically was like, oh look, I recognize this. God bless you.
Sorry.
He was like, oh, I recognize this piece of paper. Let's take it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Elvis's face.
Okay.
Do you see it?
I'm guessing it's not actually there.
They're sturdy. Yeah, Snake. That's a reasonable assumption. Control panel. Oh dear.
Okay.
Okay, Obi.
Huh. Okay. Does it? Okay. Hit, yeah. 0, 0.
C equals
Okay, so it basically you get to A and then you get 10. Then it gets basically it's 0 through 9 are what they should be, and then after that it's letters.
Oh, A.
All the way up to L, which is 21. Okay.
Hmm.
just gonna force it to happen, aren't you?
Maybe. Hmm. It's 5 in that one, and a B in that one.
Interesting. See, my initial thought would have been that you had to have everything lit,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't. Because you need the D on the top row to not be lit. So I was initially trying to solve the puzzle wrong. The entire center row has to be lit. Entire right hand side has to be lit. Never legitimately figured it out.
Huh?
Gemini was just saying he's never legitimately figured out this puzzle. He's always had to brute force it.
Okay, well, I did my attempt at brute force, and I got very close.
L is 21. F is for friends who do stuff together.
15.
Okay, so then we need to get rid of the B, which makes sense because. So yeah, we just need D and B to be gone, and that's I actually think you almost had it at one point, but you clicked through too quickly.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So close. Are you mathing?
No, because I'm like it with a constantly shifting puzzle. I can't.
Okay, here.
Like, but I'm trying to see from right here. F turns off those. Turns on B. That will turn on those. Turn F back on. Trying to do a Rubik's Cube.
I hate Rubik's Cube.
I hate Rubik's Cubes too.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you would enjoy them.
The problem is, like, a Rubik's Cube honestly doesn't do anything because all Rubik's Cubes come with a set of instructions that if you follow, you can solve the Rubik's Cube.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never had a new Rubik's Cube.
They're not designed to be like it's a cheap party trick is what it really is. Like if you try to figure it out on your own, then kudos, but
I always tried to figure it out on my own, and I never really could get it. Oh. Huh.
all you had to do is start from the top.
I was brute forcing it. But this is why I have you.
You're welcome.
To help me with my puzzles.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Obi.
You're welcome.
I almost called you by your real name. We don't do those things on the internet.
It's alright.
We don't use real names here.
My real name has popped up on the internet multiple times.
Yeah, well, less it's out there, the better.
There. It's not like I don't have a very common first name.
Well, I also have a common first name. That's not the point.
Okay.
It's alright. I was stretching out my eye.
Which where am
Squirm, squirm, squirm. Keycard?
Cross emblem. Bye.
I'm sorry.
If you start with getting a white cross on one side, all white, and start getting on that side. What did it say it was? Okay, cross puzzle, first draft. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we found that now. And also that we're going to be like, we don't need the rest of these drawers.
I mean, Clover even said, you know, it was for the puzzle we just did. We don't need it. Ah. Steering wheel. Cross. Circle. And a waffle. Waffle. If you didn't have work tomorrow, I would suggest that we go get breakfast.
Yep, I have to go to work.
One steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 circle.
Stop it!
I'm sorry. All right.
Okay, so I have to find more of these things. Thank you, donkey.
Compass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, ready to do this?
Yep. Touch the direction. Compass will turn. Stop when the compass is pointing where I want it to.
So it's south. And then it was west.
West.
And southeast. And northeast.
East.
North. And then east.
I like how it rang like a carnival.
Who's a good
Or-
boy? Who's a good boy?
Good boy! Who's a good boy? Come on, guys, listen to 7.
Look, Junpei's gotta go for Clover now, because apparently
June's dead. A ghost? An apparition.
evil twin,
Hmm.
doppelganger.
Hmm.
She's what All Ice looked like
Hmm.
when they thawed her out. Helm.
What was it? 4 on first line?
I think so. Hmm.
That's not what I wanted. I'm like, I don't want this.
Did we only get the one time?
Apparently,
Do we want Gemini to remind us what it was?
yes.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't. We assume we need to put in what it was on the screen, but we don't recall what that was. So didn't know we had to have photographic memory. Since every other time it was like, here, have a little hint in the corner.
Yeah. I thought it was 4 on the second line and 1 on the third, but I don't remember what was on the first. I thought it was 2, 4, 1.
I thought it was 4-2-1, or no, 1-4-2. Like, we know it's not the captain's quarters, but like it showed something on the screen when we got here.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
I can say.
I think we're missing something. There's the coffin.
It's a little creepy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Alice.
Snake's like, what happened? Yes, Clover, I'm sure there's a vampire in there.
All ice. Ah. Ooh. Oh, okay, good.
It's just not ready yet.
Mm-hmm. Your superhuman strength. Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
What?
No, I was like, the fact that we hadn't been on this angle yet. Morse code chart.
Here we go.
Morse code A to I. Okay, so these are just the charts that have what the things mean.
Yeah. A pipe. The pipe.
Huh.
Hmm.
Gemini.
Also, did he say crows or cows?
I don't know, that's it. Gemini, if the answer wasn't what we thought it was, which was the dots that it already showed us on the screen, then that was the information that we wanted. We didn't want hints past that.
Yeah, we just wanted the dots that were on the screen.
It's apparently not the answer.
Mm.
Okay, that's not a clue, it's just a funny bit. Okay then.
Oh, the pipes.
Yeah. Good. He looks so angry.
I know, his eyes were open. Pipe!
Alright,
Guys, what the hell are you doing?
fair enough. Cool. Sorry, you brought it up when still trying to figure that part out, so I thought you were giving things away. So, my bad. So 3 lines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Like, we can only put 2, 4, and 1 in there, so it has to be things that match up with that.
Yeah. Two, 4, 1. Okay.
My only thing is, like, this is the last puzzle that I saw for us to do, and we're missing one more thing. But okay, so the first one has to have 2, so it can either be an I
An A.
So it's an A, an I,
An M, an N. A-I-M-N.
That's the only.
A-I-M-N.
Okay, what are the options that are only one? T?
T.
Is there
E.
a very delayed echo?
Shut up! T and E. I need like a pen and a paper.
What? Why? Just use
And
your
then
memory.
there was 4, which is a lot. A vowel maybe? Y?
Because we have to figure it out, sweetheart. Otherwise, we're not gonna get the thing.
Shush. So let's say it ends in a T. Two, 4, 1 is our pattern, right? What do you think, Obi? What? Oh, sorry, my contact moved. Give me a second, guys. What you thinking, Obi? What? Talk.
You told me to shut up.
I didn't mean it.
So the problem is there's no vowels that are 4 letters
Yeah.
or 4 symbols.
Except for Y.
Right. E or T. So that. Makes things a bit difficult.
Unless it's not a real word.
ANMI. That's also possible. Looks like my first thoughts were like other like semi-useful words, but I couldn't. ANMI options. HTA. AFT. ABT. ACT? ACT?
Oh. Try that. Dot dash.
Nope.
No. Okay.
ACE.
Ace.
Expert. Boo. Boo. Um. Ant. Or no, that can't be ant. What am I doing? Ant-Man.
Go down to J through R for me.
Edge. Ale.
You can try. Didn't E have 2 though?
No, because our options for the last one were E or T. Ale. Ape. Apt.
Apt would work.
I wonder if we back out if they'll give us another clue, because I'm like,
Yeah.
nope. Because like,
I was just say, see if you can see something I miss.
I'm confused as to what else would be.
I was just say.
Nope, there's nothing in here anymore.
Oh. There has to be one more puzzle after this one.
Yeah, that's what I was
'Cause
saying.
We need the 4 crusts.
I'm guessing it's inside the coffin, but they won't open it until they have to.
Yeah. All. Ice. It's ice.
Yes, it is. 100% is.
Yeah, see, we got there, baby. We such a good team.
Word association.
That's not I. Dot dot. What are you doing?
Well, I went back to look at I, but then you said what I was.
Then you need C. And
Look,
E.
alright, I'm still stuck on I, alright? Just don't be rude.
Dot. Yeah!
You did, Junpei. Definitely feeling better. I was sick since this past Friday. Oh, I'm sorry, Gemini. I'm glad you're feeling better at least.
Yep.
Code emblem.
This would be the mysterious circle.
Yeah. Now back to the coffin. It's gone.
Ah!
Hup.
Just a box. Oh my gosh.
Are you ready?
What if Alice is in there? No, I'm not
What if
ready.
it pops out?
I'm not ready.
You were worried.
So it was 7.
Ha!
Ah!
First modern puzzle yet. Okay, equations to equal all. Yeah.
Yes, Alice.
Yep. A key and thing.
Don't bring down her joy. Okay, do you remember?
No, but I assumed it would automatically put him in there.
Coffin.
Hmm.
What did he call him?
One was a waffle.
A waffle.
Is that a waffle?
I would not call it a waffle, but
I wouldn't either,
to a
but
blind man, maybe that's what waffles feel like.
like, I mean, for like, if you had to try and describe that picture to somebody,
I would have said a circuit. Oh. Steering. Okay, wheel, cross, circle, waffle. Wheel.
oh, huh. Okay, touch number. Here, the arrow will be selected and it will turn blue to indicate this. Okay, touching numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. Can't move the red balls. So move 3 to 5 balls into a single area, and we need the digital root of the
Yep.
number in the corner. What do you mean you don't get it?
Practice makes prefix.
That is what it says.
What?
Huh. Coffin. Yeah. So, okay.
One, two, three.
Yeah, you could do that. And then for 3, 21, 8, 7, 6. Gets you. Nope. You didn't.
Oops. I didn't switch it.
We have to use all the numbers.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Sorry.
Why are you beating me up?
I'm sorry.
I don't believe
I
you.
was trying to get. I was trying to get comfy.
Oh, shoot. 1 through 5, 6 through 8.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was a good crack on my knee.
Too easy. So is it being a pain in the butt from when you first played? Sorry that you're bad at math.
Okay, so
Next was
cross.
cross. Turns we're gonna have a puzzle each time we did it.
Yep. Okay, let's go.
Wards?
Yep, wards.
Huh.
Junpei, why did you become
Dumb?
dumb all of a sudden?
Okay, so to get to 1, that means we need 10. So that's 2, 3, 5. It's 10. 7, that's 17 plus that is 25. So yeah, that'll do it. Easy.
Oops.
Very average at math. Add to that digital root. And I was like, yep, no, that's fair. It's a weird mouth to have to do.
snake.
Cool.
I missed and clicked the mouse and he called it a laboratory mouse.
Boo. Oh, Junpei. 7 and 7 without a 3. Okay, so that means
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 6 is 15.
Yep, I realize. I'm sorry.
You're okay. Yeah, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, and then the other one is 268 because that equals 16 also. See how easy this game is? So easy.
Well, I'm glad you like Digital Roots.
Didn't even know it was a real thing.
I didn't know it was a thing. I thought it was something that this game made up.
8 and 9. Wait.
No, 1, 3, 6, or 9.
2. Okay, so 2 and 7. Nope. Because I was saying what goes in the 9. Yeah. In the 9, actually, doesn't matter. Any two that make. No, because it has to be between 3 and 5. You can't. There's not enough numbers. It's not doable. Put all 5 into 8. Just hit check.
How did you know? How do?
There was no way to have enough to do both.
Okay.
So, but all of the numbers made 8.
So you just.
So I just guessed, like,
Oh, okay.
because the issue was that it wanted you to not leave any numbers left over.
Oh, it didn't say that you had to have some in each.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thanks, Obi. Mwah. Kisses for Obi. Of course you did, Snake. You're blind. You have good ears.
Don't be rude to Snake.
Oh,
Oh, this is a
that's
picture
a photo.
A picture? What the hell is this?
Ace?
Celebrating.
The mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the
Oh,
captain's
gosh.
quarters.
He is. Look at that.
Oh.
And the zero bracelet on his left arm. And this second man with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the ninth man.
Oh,
The
Yep.
one with bracelet
Oh.
number 9.
this got creepy. I got all the cold chills.
What is your problem?
It's creeping
Did
me
you
out.
forget? Did you forget what we
Died
learned from the
after
other
beating
time?
in the door
Yeah,
frame.
no, yeah.
No. Yeah. No.
But this guy, the one in the striped suit,
That's Ace.
Man, that's Ace.
And I bet the other guy is the guy that killed when we thought Snake was dead.
Yes. Agree with that.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Sorry, Gemini.
No doubt about it.
Did that take you forever?
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the ninth man and Cap too.
Oh, Cap.
And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these four men connected?
Took
You
you a
say
while to
Ace
realize you
is in
couldn't
that
do
picture?
both 8 and 9? Because I was just like,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah, it doesn't.
It
Look
was
like
impossible.
It was taken recently, though.
Ace, the ninth man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the ninth man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the
Whoa,
picture.
the creepy music's back.
oh, honey. Isn't that why you like this game?
Is there anyone else, or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
What?
No shit, Snake.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kind of long hair. He looks smart, but a little cold. He's the
He's
only
Snake.
one I don't recognize.
He's Snake, but with dark hair.
Holy shit.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back? Back? Yes, the reverse.
Well, like, it didn't
The
have
other
anything to do with
side.
math. There just wasn't enough numbers to satisfy the rule that you had to have at least 3 in each category.
Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary
Oh my
game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the ninth man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. but I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why?
Mhm.
Why am I not surprised?
Because we went through the timeline already where we knew Ace was one of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
We did already know.
Hmm.
Ah, of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Did you say the other man was Snake or Santa?
I said Snake.
Okay.
Look at his hair. Look at his face.
He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil.
The devil.
I couldn't be sure though.
What?
After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him.
I mean, you could have.
If I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have.
Because you were at the others.
9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada.
You were
but
safe.
Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I could have.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro.
Son's memory can come back.
Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro.
Flood of memories.
Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it. Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering.
We've got to go.
This close. Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro.
Oh my gosh.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary Project.
Come on. You can do it. I believe in you.
Shit.
What?
I'm the
What's
fourth
wrong?
man.
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
No,
Everything?
everything.
Yeah, I remember all of it.
Oh my gosh.
My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Oh my gosh. The music changed
Stab.
again. Oh shit. That'd be so rude.
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo.
We got that.
Right. The other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota.
Got that.
Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiment.
Okay, we got that part.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man. I told you. I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Okay, we don't have that kind of
Not
time.
3 days.
Just give us the short version, alright?
Short version, huh?
Like the Super Reader's
Fine.
Digest.
Give it a shot. No promises, though.
Just
I'm
go.
a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type.
We can
I
see
hold
that.
my own code, because I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told.
Okay.
That's why I followed my gut that night. The Slim Lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as
Just an
fuck.
abridged version,
Barely
yeah.
see squat.
Cliff notes.
I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common: a history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. My
I
investigation
don't
Honey,
like
had
this
honey,
shown
are you
music.
okay?
I'm all nervous.
Why are you all
Because
nervous?
of this music.
It's fine.
After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf.
Bum,
In the
bum.
shadows, I searched
Bum,
the
bum.
harbor.
Don't
until
do that.
the ship was gone.
But sweetheart, what's wrong? We heard the story.
A bunch of movement there. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried.
The music in this game is amazing.
I disagree.
They were
It
human
is
beings
great.
back.
Look at the tension it's causing you.
Yeah, it's causing me tension.
I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding, my gun already in my hand. Don't move. I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet. No one would find you. What you want? The fish here would love a meal.
Dig in the cold metal. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle. A drug. And that was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a
Sweetheart, what's your problem?
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed.
Yeah, remember this?
A dirty sink. A toilet with no privacy.
Jimmy wants to know
I'd
if it
seen
would
it
help if I
countless
held
times
your
with
hand
the cop.
bubbles.
I don't know. It might keep you from poking me and making me jump.
I'm not poking you. Oh,
Sorry.
I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. It was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but
but it's heavy metal and just
won't
creaks.
open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed and sat down.
Won't let you fast forward it.
Nope. I was hoping because we have heard this before.
I sat there for a very, very long time.
Miko is, if you
knows how
hit
long?
just once, it'll
Then
autoplay it.
I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying. But I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh?
Would you like to play a game?
No, it was several.
No.
I hear 5 or 6, maybe
No.
more.
Quit being creepy,
Where are
Obi.
they coming from?
It's not my fault.
I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed?
Yep.
I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was.
Metal grate you
It
couldn't
hid an
fit through.
air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit. But I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? Then,
Yeah,
when
like
the
I
insect man told me
agree.
what
Like
was in
it's
my
it's
head.
the pause is like just slightly too long.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger.
Oops, sorry.
Whoa, whoa. My
But then
heart
Bubbles does that.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then...
There's less rewards, much more instantaneous.
Yeah!
You have to keep that in mind
How
for
you
that
like
one.
That, you son of a bitch! I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face. So I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly.
I can say,
Wind up eventually.
Isn't this
but it was
about where
space for me to
before
crawl
it
along on my
stopped?
hands and knees.
It stopped when.
Yeah. he ripped it off.
Yeah.
I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me,
Uh-oh.
a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then there was a voice.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Huh.
What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost
Not
as if
always.
that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges.
Geez, Seven, calm down.
What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top. There had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. And the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a room like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the
That's
others, in
Santa.
a private school uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me
Yep.
suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there.
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon.
Huh.
So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going?
And she's.
Are you just gonna leave us here?
Yes.
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back. I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as I could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of it, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Quickly.
Right.
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door.
He was in the middle of explaining.
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit and the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here.
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled on was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast.
I mean,
But when it was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
Good.
God damn it! What's going on here?
Uh-oh.
Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
Oh my
The door
gosh.
opened, and a man stepped
Okay,
in
Ace.
looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation.
Okay.
Oh no.
The man's name
Hongo?
was Gintaro Hongo.
It's a face only a
CEO
mother
of
could
Cradle
love.
Pharmaceuticals.
Yes.
Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope.
Hurry! I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
Wait.
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. It was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
Close the door.
The uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me.
Also, it's a pretty sizable
Going back to
event.
the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. When he nodded, he took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes. A device next to it on the wall. The plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there,
Yeah, that's not good.
that meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run!
Okay.
Didn't need to tell them twice.
Surprised you to tell them once.
8 pounding the steps. Our arms pumped fast. Round. Devil was on our tail. The stairway kept
And
going.
he was, and he pounced.
We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane.
Oh.
I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other 2 kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Student,
Hey,
honey,
kid,
no.
wait! Damn it, I said wait! I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck. I spun
No,
around to the
language.
boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him. You 2 keep going, all right? You got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I
Mm.
could hear him fine.
Gonna say, boy, look like
All
he had
the way
Snake's
to the
haircut.
door calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. And then suddenly,
Help me! Somebody help me!
we heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away.
Huh.
Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged.
Yeah,
at
Gemini, I
Hongo.
never do in public.
Help me!
You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her.
Oh my gosh.
Fighting.
I was making a joke when I said language. Like, I don't...
It was like a Marvel reference.
Yeah. Like, I don't care if other people do.
Before we could even blink,
I was saying that because he's
Hongo
surrounded by
leapt the
children.
floor after her.
He's surrounded by children.
Language. Like what Cap says it to Stark.
We saw him land inside.
Oh gosh.
So Akane died in an
The door slammed
incinerator?
shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But
Fuck! It's no use!
Child.
Damn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming
That's fair,
his
Gemini.
fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Imagine how hard you have to pound something to shatter your knuckle.
Okay?
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Warning.
Mm.
Warning.
Oh,
Emergency
Akane.
incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the
Timer restarted. Great.
emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Aw.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Oh. Aw, Connie.
Oh.
June.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
It's gonna be all right. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
It was torture to stand there sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
But
are you...
if he knew it wasn't going to end well,
Huh?
and so
I don't
he
wanna ask
ran
this either,
off
but
anyway,
there's something I don't get.
did she die?
So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Poor baby Santa.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki.
Hmm.
Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
And Junpei died. Well, this ending sucks too.
So wait, who has June been this whole time?
The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat. I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. Alright, let me ask you another question.
Guess.
Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother. But I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning.
Not from the beginning.
9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library.
You don't want to know.
When she told me that, I had a
Snake's voice actor.
feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say.
Oh, what about
we
the
know.
dummy that was in the... Did he make a robot? Is June a robot?
What's
oh
that?
my gosh.
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Yep.
Come on,
Yep.
man. What kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory
Sorry.
back, all right?
Jeez.
Got me some slack.
Skip
Well,
dialogue.
if it is,
I'm
the
sorry.
three murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be. I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes,
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
the next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person
Ace.
who planned the Nonary Project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
Time's up.
What the hell's going on here?
Time's up.
Must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
The key card.
Betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
Key card 0. Baby. 0. 0. Yeah, of course he's screwing with us. I really thought for a second with how slowly and
It was
steadily
doing
that was
it.
doing it, I started to flip over and be like, the bunny!
Oh my gosh. It's okay. I didn't realize I was slightly touching the stick.
So you were also confused?
Yeah. Was it? It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was... Could you imagine if it was like, you're not done puzzling?
Yeah.
Hurry, sweetheart. Open the door. Like the door's gonna open itself. Come
I
on.
was waiting for it too.
Sweetheart, you gotta open the door. Doors don't open automatically.
Sometimes they do.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
Seek a way out again. Oh.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger. You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs to
I'm
work,
sorry,
too.
but you have all
Hey,
failed.
Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
Death.
All right, it's open. Let's go.
Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! Oh, I think it unlocked.
Think it locked.
It says incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
Yep.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
But why do you want to go in it?
Because the exit is inside
oh, that's
there.
right. The 9 doors on the other wall.
Let's go.
What the hell is going on?
Ace,
What's wrong?
beat him up.
Are you
Sorry.
Joey.
I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry.
Maybe we take that controller away from you.
I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So
Hey.
Sorry. It's because I read it faster than it says.
fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it.
He gets shot.
Got sucker punched
Oh.
and they took the gun.
Ace and Lotus?
Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
This looks familiar.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good
Long
question.
story.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand.
Poor Lotus.
8. And with this,
The 0.
9.
Oh, the 9 from the 9th man.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
That's right.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending.
Rude.
I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait!
Yeah, no, seriously, wait.
What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Because it's not a 9?
I guess.
Oh! And that's how Ace died.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough of this piece of shit. After
I had to
what he
go with the
did
voice
9
actors
years
because I was
ago,
going to be
I
really
oughta rip
upset
him to
if
pieces.
one of the voice actors had been at GalaxyCon. And we had been like, guys!
Oh, is that where you were checking?
Yeah. But then I found out other things, so.
But they weren't, right?
No, they weren't.
But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell,
we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
You finally figured it out. Uh-oh.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route.
Yep.
Which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2.
This is
you
dumb.
wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself.
What's dumb?
That makes more sense.
So that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki?
Yup.
Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago.
Bum, bum, bum.
You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on...
Like how Junpei is telling us what Ace told us before.
Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
Bow, bow, bow. Balls are up.
You mean to say...
I'm trying.
Snake is still alive?
Hi.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Such a polite way to put that.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
But how do you know it was Musashido if he couldn't see?
With the prosopagnosia?
Yeah.
And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote.
Uh-huh.
But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace. Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Cool.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters.
Oh.
Images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you.
Ooh.
Huh.
The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0.
Santa, you have
When I
anything
awoke
to say to
in
this?
that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters.
Good.
I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was.
Oh my gosh.
I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back.
Murder to help us, dude.
Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Hook, line, and
did
sinker.
Everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right?
Santa.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki. No doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure,
Yep.
I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
Akane?
But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
What?
Right.
Akane's been trapped here?
You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw.
Nope.
What? What the hell? Where is she?
Uh-oh.
Where's Akane
Uh-oh.
Kurashiki? Oh, my head. My head. It feels like it's gonna pop.
7.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just. Oh. I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The
Okay.
transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me.
Huh.
She was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where
Do
what
I?
is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you should.
He's not playing.
Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia?
Yep.
How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nichisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Oof.
Well,
Sorry.
that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in 2, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. Not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0? I, imaginary? 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be Zero. Wait, did Kane in the past give us the information now? Oh my
I
gosh.
think so.
June?
No, Akane.
Where'd you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover? Oh, expletive.
Freeze.
Gun.
There it is. Santa's got the gun. Except when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Shouldn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? This isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, not like I would either, but he just looks drained. He's going for the door, huh? Doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
Can't get through any numbered door with just 2 people. What is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
Huh.
Hmm.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us?
Yeah.
What does that even mean? They're out.
Oh no.
Now the gate's shut. See, the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. Seems to be alright. Guess there's no harm in trying. This door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
You mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are?
The
There
incinerator?
can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
Incinerate us?
No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Oh, I've got to do something. Is your mind boggled yet? Okay.
There's no way.
5 of us can't open the store.
8. Ace! You just need Ace's bracelet.
He took Ace.
Oh, did Ace leave? Or
Yeah.
did-
Santa took Ace.
Oh, I missed. Okay.
Junpei,
Come on, sir,
can
pay
I
attention.
borrow your pen and notebook?
I don't think I'm going to need them. Ever again.
Looks purposeful.
Doesn't
Equations.
like I said, we still had an extra bracelet.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
So we got away from her, what she was writing.
Let's see. 2, 4, 5, 7.
What? And there's no other way?
Aww.
Oh.
No! We can't leave Lotus behind!
Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
No!
Oh.
God damn it, you idiot!
Don't be mean to her.
Without, if you're not,
Good.
look, it'd be bad, all right?
No.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Good.
No.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, all right? End of story.
7.
He's
Aww.
right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
Aww.
You're all idiots.
Yeah, you are. You're the nice kind of idiots.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The
Yeah.
digital route should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Ooh.
You were right.
Nothing happens.
It ain't opening.
Mm-hmm.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Can't get through a door, we can't get out.
Those are way too high. There's no way we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. Guess this is it. This is the end. Bad end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. Akane vision.
Ah.
I
was listening.
There you go.
Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine.
Aww.
My mind, my consciousness was inside of him.
Through
the morphic fields that we resonate.
We were resonant.
We were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow, I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, the other the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst through the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got into a fist fight. A girl was watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to
Why the
give
other?
these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her.
Aww.
Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
No. He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now, don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few moments before was gone. We were calm.
Sure you were.
After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time there was only 1. But if there was only 1 door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening?
Bad things.
That didn't sound good.
my brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7.
It's AoE.
Okay. The other children, the ones who had gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized.
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out?
She went back for his present?
I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows. Moments later, I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight. Then I ran. I moved as quickly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom...
Frickin' ace.
Mm-hmm. The door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hungo. Gintaro Hungo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold.
Good.
It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hungo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
Dang it!
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hungo to let go of me. I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hungo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me inside the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then, suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again and again as he leapt toward Hungo.
You came back!
I cried out, but then
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hungo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hungo stood between it and me, and behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hungo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hungo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything that he would consider a human being. He then turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all, and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, the other two doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the number 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin
Junpei.
in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
So, Jonah said that apparently in the DS version, the top screen would be Junpei, while the bottom screen would be Akane. It's a fun way to do that.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about?
Shh, Lotus,
9
honey.
years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
That's true. She's been missing. She doesn't know.
But also,
Sorry, Lotus, but
her,
we really
her
don't
daughters
have
were
time
in it
to
90
explain
years
it
ago.
right I promise.
Remember?
I'll tell you everything
Yep,
once
I
we get
remember
out
now.
of here.
Oh, but her family's also repressed the whole thing.
Incineration will begin
Yeah.
in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn. What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
No, Lotus isn't happy about that. The floor is moving?
Uh-oh.
The heck is this?
What the hell is that?
Yep.
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least, it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it.
Good.
I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears.
Oh.
All I can see... Oh, this is you.
All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Things gonna be okay. Gah. Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, it's gotta be important. But what am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Don't shove people
Yeah.
around.
It's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
You're not. Sure, just push buttons. I'm sure that'll...
Huh.
So now...
It's on the screen.
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
Oh boy.
Numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid.
Joy.
The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle,
The incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle, how do you work?
Alright, do we want to keep going? It's almost 1. I'm tired.
I know it is. Gemini says it's the last puzzle.
I'm so tired, though.
13 minutes.
It's gonna pop.
I just want to save. I mean, it's my week. I'm fine with that. Can you do it, Obi?
I can do it. I'll survive.
Oh, this is me.
It's Kane.
My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while.
Aww.
His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them.
Aww.
Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face. A frightening, evil face. It was Hungo.
Ugh.
How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
Well, screw you, bud.
His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hungo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
you're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see?
Sure.
I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
No,
My
Kane.
friend, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hungo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
5.
I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is 9. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hungo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Joy.
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Oh,
Of course you don't. Isn't that
Connie.
the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body.
Oh.
I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweaty, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe.
Connie.
I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest, as if to pound itself into pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Oh.
There it is.
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven Lows don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me. And I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Beep. Something break her connection? I swear I just heard her.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy!
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course. But I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
That's her! She's there!
Then that means
Akane! Akane!
Oh, he didn't.
Yep.
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that.
Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. Get everything now. At last I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the nunnery game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my. This is insane. Can't believe it. There's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is... Kane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Kane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, all right? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, all right? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay. Okay. My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with feelings for him.
Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, doesn't matter. Get out of my way!
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lois, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Let's have to look at this thing. I've got numbers all over this grid. The panels are out of order. I just need to switch these out. Swinging it isn't going to accomplish anything. Just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. Okay, one is fixed. It's gonna be where it is.
Okay, so that's how you switch. Do you want the hint?
I can say...
Do you want the controller? It feels a lot like Sudoku.
I can say, actually, Gemini is saying, like, it originally was a Sudoku puzzle.
Mm.
Which would fill in the whole block. Add to the adjacent sections. So I'm wondering... I feel I need to check the hint to make sure it's not necessary. Huh. So that's on the grid. All single digits. Thing numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. Squares at the bottom stay blank when I press hint. So should mean there being 2 modes. Okay, so like don't understand.
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe.
Okay, good.
On the bottom right. Supposed to match.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So when I switched out, it looks like. Dang it! I already had just figured that out. When I switched out the 7 for the 1, if you add them together, you get 183, which is 12. Digital root of that is 3.
Okay.
So the number in the hint numbers are the added up numbers of the other numbers.
Okay.
It's like a weird minesweeper.
So wait, you want everything to be 9?
Probably.
Since the 1 is fixed and it's got 9s around it?
Well, the 1 is fixed, but then I can change these other numbers
Mm.
to change that one. But if we base everything off that assumption, switch that out for a 7. Um, 8, 6, 14 plus 3. 17, 18, 1, 6, 8 is 15.
Huh.
Password.
Yep. Yep.
Boom.
Success.
Please enter password. What? What? Dang it. That was a backspace. Is that too easy? Feels too easy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't. How do I?
Nonary.
Oop. Dang it. Password?
Put here. Password didn't work.
What would it be? It looked like password was the longest that it was capable of being.
Yeah.
But no, because it would have been. It's the same puzzle that was back then. 0.
Yeah, is a new character.
Unless that's why she picked the name.
Could be. Try it.
Nope, don't need to hit Gemini. Not yet. I assume the game will eventually tell us. Okay. The screen appeared after I solved the last puzzle. It was in that one?
We did 999. We did password.
Because it was digital root with, and it spelled out password at the bottom.
Answer being password after it was
an extra space.
The ninth square. Maybe that's the password.
Password with a
Password 9?
needs a backspace.
You're okay.
Yeah, it only fits 8
Password.
spots.
Unless it's just supposed to be 9? Yep.
Well, that's okay. This is your final
2,
answer.
4, 5, 7, 8.
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did. I solved it. I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did.
Huh.
Now I just have to press enter.
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will.
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed.
Ah.
Incineration system has been disabled.
Goodbye, evil puzzle. Gas chamber filling.
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears.
Aww.
A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying, and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, my heart would burst. I thought my heart would burst.
Whew. Whew. Can't quite believe I did that. I'm so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire.
What?
No, I'm not trying to be thinking about that kind of stuff. I need to tell Akane.
Akane, sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Good.
Click.
Oh, of course, that's fine.
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Hongu had left behind.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. A very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Shut it.
Rude.
Very.
Right. Okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So if I haven't pressed the enter key yet?
Press the enter key,
All right,
dummy.
nothing hold me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
What?
What? What?
It doesn't sound like it's stopping. What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, it's not working either. I'm still going off. What's going on? Got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, of course! That's why the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8.
Yeah.
Those are the people who get to go through the door.
Baby, click.
Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No. That's it! The number on the door isn't a 9.
It's not?
Nope. It's not even a number.
It's a Q?
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy!
Click.
Of course. Just to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin.
Oh my gosh. You click too slow.
Well, you click too fast.
30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Not much time. Not much time. I sure hope they can trust me on this one, or we are all in trouble.
Screwed.
Alright, no time to explain. Just go.
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red! Verify? Who?
All of you.
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10,
Oh my gosh.
9, 8, 7,
Do it!
6, 5,
It's at 8.
4,
2.
3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
No, I'm trying to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go! Go!
Come on, guys, move it! Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei.
Go! Don't sit there talking to yourself
Just in
about
time.
it. Jeez.
Finally, just leaving out Kel's words. Yeah. And there goes the door. The door shut behind me. No, we're coming on yet. You're not done. Still gotta find the dead. Say, like he was just on the right on the other side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought all we had to do was go through the number 9 door to disable it. No, I guess we have to escape.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
Looks like we made it, huh?
Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Can you blame them? Snake is shaking his head wearily.
I can go back to paraphrasing. You don't have to read the whole thing. I just want to take a nap.
Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I assume
Nothing,
she
'cause
knows.
Yeah, and it's like you're out of danger. Remember? Epiphany and danger. Pay attention. Did she grab the other 2 bracelets?
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh,
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they could go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what seemed like eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever.
Aww.
But I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelet had begun its countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spied the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again.
Sounded so cute.
The huge detective we call 7 in 9 years and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It was time to get moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom.
Time for more running. If they can get us out. If they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. It's being so hard I can barely hear. Can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
No.
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
It wasn't a 9.
All 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Yep.
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Yep.
And how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10.
Mm-hmm.
B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16,
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19,
K is 20,
Mhm.
L is 21,
You guys switching off, come
M
on.
is 22.
N is 24.
They're running. They've got to breathe in
P
between.
is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
Q.
26.
And what does that mean?
There wasn't a 9 on the door.
There's lowercase q.
It was a Q. A fucking lowercase Q.
Yep.
I agree with 7 with that sentiment.
Yeah.
What? That wasn't obvious?
Legit. I guess to put it another way.
No, just about it being a damn lowercase q.
Yeah.
You could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. Oh, I thought you were killing me. So any moment now, I'm gonna tear a muscle. I think every single cell of my...
Okay, you can stop reading the whole thing.
Why do you hate me?
I love you.
I feel very loving.
It's a chore. Burst. No short rests. No. Bad Junpei. How many steps are in this ship?
They're actually just going slowly.
Hmm?
Look, they're tired.
I like how he's pep talking himself. Be a bullet. Be a tornado.
Coil dragon.
A door? Yeah, you just ran up like 500 flights of stairs.
All right, I'm gonna
G2
open it.
flights, they're just real bad at this.
Oh, that'd be so bad.
Just really shallow steps.
We're finally here.
Please do.
Oh yeah, Gemini, I already realized the fact that base 27 was 27 as a digital root of 9.
Well, duh. Freedom. Let's go. Quit talking to the door. Let's move.
You're gonna open. You're gonna do it. You did it. And credits. Vision.
I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was AoE's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape from the gigantic.
So, how come
Mm-hmm.
for yours you get to read it all, but mine had to be paraphrased?
Because it's a difference of this is her telling her story. He was just panting up the stairs. On the distant. Also, this is my game, so I get to make.
It's
the
fine. I
decision.
was just asking what the
Yeah,
rules
no,
were.
it was because this is story time and the other was just stare time. On the distant horizon, we could see a faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves.
Nope, stop that.
Sorry. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
AoE whispered.
Yeah.
It was over.
But
It was finally over.
or was it?
Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years.
Yep. It's finally air. Light is bright.
Yeah. Yep, sun is bright.
No way.
Oh,
What?
It can't be.
we're not on a boat.
This is
We're not on a boat. We're in a warehouse
In Nevada.
in Nevada. Well,
We're
shit.
in the Nevada desert.
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Oh, shit.
It's desert out there.
But does that mean someone is, like, another group is on the boat?
No, because they. Don't you see? Don't you see?
Tell me what I see.
Akane is 0. Because Akane was originally forced to do this under the pharmaceuticals company.
Yeah.
But she connected with Junpei
Yeah.
in the future.
Oh.
So she had to force this group to go through it now so that she would be able to communicate with
Right.
him in
I
the
got
past.
that part. Okay.
Then I'm confused with.
The bracelets all fell off.
But because she doesn't actually want anybody hurt.
She put them on in the building instead of on the ship. Just a little electronic chip. Nothing that even looks like a detonator because it's a fake fear.
They only killed the people who, who quote unquote deserved it.
Akane.
Hearing her voice in the wind.
Like she was here.
Was she?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, if you're sure. I've got to like run through the credits.
Like, frickin' Ace. His nonsense.
Well, if Obi wants to read more, he can play this game. This was my game to play.
Oh, look at the reunion.
No, so cute. Man, okay, so this leads into like a time travel question, like a time stream question.
Right.
Like you could go with the wibbly wobbly timey wimey approach, and that would solve that. But if time is linear,
I mean,
but this even said it's not.
It even requires it to be non-linear, by virtue of the fact like it requires the
At
ability
least a binary split.
But it requires it requires time to work in the way of the decision tree worked.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to get the information from the other parts of the tree.
Yeah.
So he looked rough.
Yeah, he did.
She's cute.
Mhm.
Oh, June. Oh. Oh.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Means you look hideous.
grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. Best review, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Thanks, Akane.
Thanks, Akane.
It's like it was a present, you know? Wait, we jumped in and jump. Now, here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the back seat. So Clover's driving?
Yep.
This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Yep.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up. Why don't you drive, Seven? I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
Yep.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up.
Good.
And Clover, there's no need to slow down.
I want to know Lotus's kids' stories.
The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead.
What do you mean the kids' story?
Like, because her kids were taken.
Her kids were taken and were part of the game
Yeah,
9 years ago.
I know. I want to hear their point of view.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is
I
that
saw some
stuff?
fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch
Basically
them,
what we
don't
saw, but with no death.
Hmm.
Think a car like this could go this fast. Sure, throwing up a lot of dust.
Could be throwing up a lot more in dust.
Blah. Akane vision.
It was a couple hours after we run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline.
Whoa!
The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them, furious.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. And all we found was Jumpy, sprawled on the ground with the face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue through the hole in his mouth where his tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
The rabbits?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
The bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
The nunnery bunnies!
The nunnery bunnies!
No bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so
I murdered them.
Got beat up?
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Gentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Bueller?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Because I'm pretty sure he's dead. Yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Oh!
Ah! That's pretty funny.
Huh. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
because Seven wants to interrogate him.
Still tied up, assuming with his mouth tape shut. But, like, I thought Santa left with Ace.
I don't know.
Empty. No emotion. Looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Probably not.
Were you listening to us?
Go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old person.
I could say old fart.
You old fart. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You can at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the Morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply.
So you...
But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I could supply that.
I was gonna say, you kidnapped children
You see,
and murdered
the
3
human
people.
collective consciousness.
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for that tape to go back on.
Alright, so what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Oh, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Yep.
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own. Catch up when I finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say about it. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae.
Mandragora.
I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Socorro. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Interesting.
Have some more tape, Hongo.
That's my question. Can wait a bit. Now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Aww.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Nope. Well, I mean,
It's for tapping. It's for tapping into the field and controlling people's actions.
I guess it doesn't matter as long as you just didn't stick your hair to it.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and...
No.
I just thought I'd, you know,
Give you something to remember me by?
Well, how about we call it June, then?
Aww.
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe.
That's cute.
So I give this, it me. So we always together.
Aww.
That's sweet.
Aww.
If something bad, then hold and pray.
Aww.
I go wherever you are.
Aww.
So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Nice. Snapped it in half and he died.
Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell into June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you, I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
No. The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in warm light of evening. Just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder.
Aww.
The sun set, but we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one the lights of town began to flicker on.
That's the one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. Let's do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's still alive now as June.
Alternate timeline.
But how? Was it because I tapped into the Morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense, he's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But 7 said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean that's some kind of historical discrepancy?
Probably.
Or wait. Maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. He lied? What, you told me the truth, 7? You look satisfied. No? No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there. There's somebody next to the road.
What?
Is that June?
Oh my gosh, it's Alice.
Ow, ow.
This is probably you.
The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. End.
Not good end, just end.
Sure, but I'm guessing
Don't forget your towel.
I'm gonna go with a not bad end is a good end. There we go. That's all of them.
Yep.
Did it, guys. We did it.
And woo! We did it.
Yeah, because there's where the other one ended. If we hadn't done the other
So
path first, the other end would have been right there.
Here.
Yeah, that's why there's a picture there. Because that would have been an end.
All right, guys, we did it. It's time for bed.
At the same time, June's clothes. Calling the June, my theory is young Kane used the voodoo doll. Link between. What'd you do?
I think it just started from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Jeez, you scared the bejubu out of me.
I'm sorry.
I was like.
Yeah, because
well,
it said, "Do you want to save?" If you save, you'll restart from the beginning.
I thought it was gonna end up being like a. It was gonna give us like a prologue to the next game. Just be like, well, we played that one. But. All right.
All right. It's time for bed.
See. I think the simplest answer is the fact that they were able to access the field across time.
Yeah.
And 7 was lying.
Yeah.
So she was.
The voodoo doll was just something funny at the end.
She was alive, and yeah, maybe the voodoo doll being a gift from him gave them some kind of bond, which made
better
it easier.
connection.
Yeah, it made it easier to connect between them. But like,
I think it's Occam's razor, right? That's the simplest answer is
often
the most correct.
Yeah. But
yeah,
so
I think that's what this is.
They do that. 7 lies. Santa knows. Santa and 7 understand because she would have then told them how she solved it.
Yeah.
So they would have known they had to recreate it in order for that to work.
Yeah.
And that's how we get there.
Yeah. All right.
It is heavily applied, which is what they did right there at the end. But,
yeah.
Okay, so I have to get up in the morning for work.
Yeah, so let's go to bed.
In 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Yep.
So.
All right, let's go to bed.
That's it for tonight. Thank you all for watching this. No more streams for the rest of the week because we will be gone.
It's Thanksgiving.
So Gemini, thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you guys on Monday, where I'll be doing some kind of Days 10 stream. I don't know what.
We'll figure it out. All right.
Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, this stream is adjourned.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.